most people want a good set of wheels and tires. They go out to the store and they buy a good set of some new rims and some tires, right? But I'm not like most people. You see, unlike most people, I'm broke. So that's why I went out and I bought these. These are wheel spacers. I got 20mm wheel spacers for the front and 25s for the rear. So thought I need to put them on to test if they fit. Why not bring y'all along with me? So let's do this. Okay, so here are my spacers. I ordered these off of Amazon for around 70 or 80 bucks, I think. I ended up getting the 20 mils for the front and the 25 mils for the back, like I said. As you can see, there's a slight difference. And so far they seem really good quality. It's an aluminum base with steel studs, and the lugs have these nice little offset on them. If that'll focus. There we go. Got a nice little offset on them. And so I think they'll work out really well. I'm excited to put them on the car. When I'm working on the Z and I gotta take the wheels off, my favorite thing to do when you take these off is to get a screwdriver, pop it into this little cap, and it pops right up, and then I twist. I didn't mean to do that, but there you go, it comes right off. And you can see the lugs are right there in the wheel. So let's grab an impact, and we will take them buggers off. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hurt you. Didn't mean to hurt you. There we go. Alright, so I took the wheel off, and this is the stock 300ZX suspension. So let me show you real quick what the spacers will look like on it. Boom! Hot. Hot. So pretty much, now my only concern is if the threads hit my wheel. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure it out. I'm going to measure how much distance is between the thread and this. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, on the back of the wheel you can see that there's these little indented areas, and that's where the threads will stick in on the spacers. So hopefully it should fit, but I'm going to measure it out real quick and see. So one thing you need to check before you buy spacers is for the Z, it requires a hub centering ring. So right here you can see that this ring will fit perfectly right here into the ring of the wheel. And that allows it to be centered on the wheel and not be centered on each stud. So the Z requires a 66.1 hub centering, 66.1 millimeter hub centering ring, I believe. I'm not sure if it changed for different models, but the 87 model year required it. So that's what I got. So in order to measure the threads, the length of the threads on the spacer, I got a digital caliper. Go ahead and zero that guy out. And I've got it set to millimeters. So what you're gonna do is get the end of the caliper, which has a depth gauge on it, and measure that depth. So what I got, 5.2 millimeters, give or take a couple. Shut up. Alright, so now grab your wheel, come up to the back of the wheel and find the highest point on the inside of the wheel, which I think is going to be this little marking right here. I don't really know what that means. Place the end of the caliper, and this is going to be hard with one hand, but... So we ended up getting about 6.6 millimeters, which should clear. Oh my... So, 6.6 millimeters, that's good. So it should clear. Alright, so now that it's all measured out, let's test it. So I'm gonna go over here and grab these lugs that it came with, and we are gonna start putting this guy on. Alright, so I've gotten these hand tight. So they're all right about hand tight. Now I need to torque them down. But the issue is, once I get a wrench on one of these bolts, the whole caliper is gonna spin. So what I need to do is I need to wait until I can get someone to hold the brake while I torque these down. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to the other side real quick. Alright, so I got these torqued down. I got someone to actually go and sit in the driver's seat and hold the brake while I torqued them down. And for everyone else, I would recommend going ahead and putting some blue Loctite on the threads. But I decided not to do that because I'm not going to be driving it much before I go and take the wheels off again. I don't even know if I'm going to drive it once before I take the wheels off again. But for everyone else who's going to be driving on it, make sure to use some Loctite to hold those nuts in so they do not rattle loose. Other than that, I'm about to put the wheels back on and we'll see how she looks. Alright, so wheels are officially on. The plan is to lower it down and then I'm going to torque them down and then I'll show you guys how it looks. Come here, boy. There we go. I'm coming for you. Ooh, that fitment, oh my gosh, it's perfect. Alright, so we finished up with the fronts, and ooh, they look good. That fitment is really good, and it's going to look really great once we get those guys on there. But, for now, with the stock ride height, it looks really, really good. So, moving on to the rear. Alright, so I just finished it up, just got done with the rear. I am gonna wait till morning and I'll get you guys some good shots of the car.